Alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lahu. I bear witness that there's no God but God, and I bear witness that He has no partners. I greet everybody with the universal greetings of Assalamu alaikum. I ask the Creator to guide me so that I may say what it is that needs to be said, needs to be heard, needs to be felt. Give the message. The title of the sermon is called Build Your Soul, Build Your Certainty. I'll say it again. Build your soul, build your certainty. And inshallah, I'm going to tie it in. And I'm not going to be hollering and screaming today either. I'm going to start from 11. Well, let me start from 16, 112. Because for some reason, when I read this ayat, I was like, wow. So I want to share it with y'all. Okay, hold on. 16, Surah 16. Okay, here it is. 112. God cites the example of a community that used to be secure and prosperous, with provisions coming to it from everywhere. But then it turned unappreciative of God's blessings. Consequently, God caused them to taste the hardships of starvation and insecurity. Such is the requital for what they did. A messenger had gone to them from among them, but they rejected him. Consequently, the retribution struck them for their transgression. Therefore, you should eat from God's provisions everything that is lawful and good, and be appreciative of God's blessings if you do worship Him alone. When I read that, what came to me was, because the Creator says that He cites the example of a community that used to be secure and prosperous, and God was like this blessing them with provisions. Provisions mean that you're being provided for. If you look at provisions, that means that you are being provided for. That means all your needs are being met. You have no wants. If you think about that, you have no wants. Because all your needs, no, you may have some wants. Some of us are unappreciative. But that means all your needs are being provided for you by the Creator. And then God says that when they turn unappreciative, right, of God's blessings, consequently God caused them to taste hardships of starvation and insecurity. So if we're feeling some kind of hardship, right, and some insecurity, we need to look at what God said about these people right here. They became unappreciative, and I'm not saying that none of us have become unappreciative. But what I'm saying is that it's something for us to reflect on if we're going through certain situations. Maybe somewhere in our submission we have become unappreciative of the blessings of our Creator. Now that's just food for thought. That's what came to me. So I said, you know what? Let me just share this with the community. And the things that's here, we are not exempt from those very same things that happen to those other people. We're not exempt from that. Don't think because you come in the Juma and you make a salat and you doing various things that you're not exempt from certain things. You're only exempt from those things when you are doing your best to stay within the mizan, which is the balance of the Creator. That's when you're protected from those things. Literally. God says that He's going to protect you from certain situations. But guess what? There's a certain entwining your thought process with the Creator, and y'all, we become one with the Creator. Literally. We become one with God. Literally. So, just bear with me. So, inshallah, even though we may feel like, okay, I'm on the path, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, we got to always check into the Quran to make sure that we're in sync. Literally. Because sometimes in our own head, our own thinking will say, oh man, I got this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then there could be some small areas where we may be falling off on. And usually, if we're not really being aware of those small areas, it's sort of like this. If there's a small leak somewhere, over time, right, what happens? It becomes bigger and bigger, and then you got the flood, right? So that's basically where I'm going with this. So, we ask the Creator, to continue to show us. Do you understand that? We ask God to continue to show us. Not them, us. That's what we ask the Creator for. God, continue to show us. Show me who I am, Lord. Let me know who I am, right? Guide me, because I want to say something else too. The Fatiha is a cry and a call to the Creator. Because when you say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, you're saying in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, right? And then there's certain words that you're saying. What you're saying is, right, only you we worship, only you we ask for help. That's a call and a cry to the Creator. I mean, if you literally study the Salat and Fatiha, that's like you're crying, pleading, and calling to your Creator. So let's not take what we're doing lightly. Because if we've been doing this for like 10, 15, 20 years, most has been like 20 years. We got like 20 years in bed under our belt up in here, right? So sometimes we may get comfortable in reciting Fatiha and forget what Fatiha really is for us. It's a call and a cry and a plea to the Creator. And God will assist us, right? Because God, the Creator, will show us that He's assisting us. So we must build our souls so we can build our certainty. Build our soul, and our certainty will become stronger. And the reason why I'm touching back on it, because I touched on it last week, because certainty is so powerful. Certainty is really powerful. And not to kind of rehash of the last sermon, because, when life shows up, sometimes we panic, pertaining to whatever it may be. And that can lead us to be unappreciative. So we got to be careful. We're not out the woods yet. We're not out the woods yet. We're not. But, we thank the Creator that we got, a guide. So we can be guided out of that thick brush. You ever been in a forest and the trees be so thick you can't even see the sky? Like literally. So, we thank the Creator, for allowing us to be guided, and allowing us constantly to look at ourselves. Because it's always about you. It ain't about them, it's about you. You, me, you, me, you, me. That's what it's about. So, and then I'm going to get into the quick part. So, we got to remember that, like God, He says, like the example of the community, they were secure, prosperous, provisions coming to it from everywhere. everywhere. Think about that. Because most of us have experienced that. And some of us, or most of us, are experiencing that. And it don't have to be in the dynamic that your thought process may be. What I'm getting may just be enough for me and I'm happy with it. And what I'm getting in your thought process may not be enough for you. Because you're on a different level of thinking than I am. And it is what it is. But the thing is, as submitters, we want to constantly remember that even though we're walking and, facilitating certain actions, that everything is coming from the Creator. And when you remember that, when you get some stuff or you get a little bit extra, you won't become unappreciative, egotistical. Look at them. They ain't got it, I got it. That frees us from all of that. And also it will make us share more. Because the true submitter is humble. Not egotistical, not arrogant, not haughty, not unappreciative. And the true submitter will not deceive you. Keep that one in mind too. So there's certain traits of a submitter. Now, getting into the gifts of discernment, I just wanted to share that. Because, when I read that, I said, wow. And I'm going to be real. I took it home to home. I'm talking about the inner home. Not the home with the bed and the couch and the TV. I'm talking about the home. The inner home. The soul home. And I said, you know what? You have been unappreciative, maybe in some dynamics of your life path. And I got humbled and I said, whoa. Yes, God is talking to me, talking to you, talking to us. I said, yes, you know what, God? That's me. See, the blessing is, if you can be honest with yourself and with the Creator, God already know, that's when you're going to rise. You will rise in submission. I'm telling you, people be like, it's just something about them. I don't know what it is, but they got something and I want some of that something. Because your light will manifest itself in the earth. That's why God told them, go seek light. You got to seek that light while you're down here. The light is down here. We seek the light down here, and then when we transition, right? Because I'm not going to say die. Okay? We transition. The body, goes back, but the soul goes back to the Creator, right? We transition, and God willing, we will be bright. Either dim or bright. It's your choice. My choice. And that's the beauty about the Quran. God says, what? It's been made what? Easy? Easy? It's easy. If your heart is sincere, God will give you what you need. He'll show you what your situation is, how you can get out of it. Think your way out of it first. Because sometimes we get out of situations, but in our head, we're still there. You're out of the situation, but in your head, you're still there. I'm telling you. God can remove that thing from us. Right? But in our heads, we're still there. That's how deep it gets. So build your soul, build your certainty. Now I'm going to go to 11. It's not going to be long from, we'll go to 11. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because I'm telling you, it hit home, inner home. And that's what we want. We want this Quran to hit the inner home. Because your house is not going to be right. Your home will not be right if your inner home is not right. The inner home has to be right. It has to be. It starts inside. Inside. Not outside. I can come look splitty, home looking good and all that, and inside there's no peace and reassurance that the Creator promises us. Right? So we always want to build that, the inner peace, the inner peace, the inner peace. Because it belongs to us. It's ours. It always was ours. If you read the Quran, the main theme of the Quran is about peace and tranquility, kindness, love, and harmony and balance. Read this book. The theme, outside of the many themes that the Quran has, is about relax. Relax. Don't do this. Don't do that. Relax. Think. Plan. Prepare. Don't respond that way. Take this way. Do this way. It builds us up from the ground up. Just like when they build them buildings, there's certain things they got to do. And when we come in this world, we don't know what to do. That's why God gives us mothers and fathers and guides and teachers and warners and messengers and prophets, because God knows we don't know what to do when we get here. So being that He's the Creator, He gives us guidance, sure without doubt. And on that, let us repent, God willing. Alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lahu. Title of the sermon is called Build Your Soul, Build Your Circle. Now I'm going to go to 11, and then God willing, like I said, today it's going to be short, sweet, and to the point. Is it 11 or 111? Hold on, just give me a second. Okay. Oh, okay, yes. Surah 11. I'm sorry. I'm in 16. I was in the wrong circle. I like the week. And the sister pointed it out to me. But the beauty about the Quran, look, the beauty about this book and the truth that it has in it, you can go to any surah and still be right if your intentions is right. Because it's from the Creator. That's why God says, preach with the book. And we don't want no money. We're not asking for you to pay us for football and pay us for this other stuff and pay for our mansions and our Rolls Royces and stuff like that. We're getting paid from the awakening of our souls and spirits when we hear the word being spoken and when we read the word and when we live the word and touch the word, taste the word and feel the word. Because it will awaken you and bring you back to life from whatever situation you may feel that yourself is in. But you've got to believe that it's going to happen for you. This is why you build your soul, you build your certainty. If you're not building your soul, then you will not be able to build your certainty. You will not be able to do it. That's why we was told, build your soul. And then you will build your certainty. Because then everything will tie in. It'll tie right in. And if you're tying in properly, then you will understand everything. And I know we understand. Yeah, we understand. We do. I feel that. Most of us got 20 in bed under our belt, right? And we're not looking for the gold watch. We're looking for the soul watch, right? Hey. We don't want the gold watch. We want the soul watch from the Creator, right? And the spaciousness that God talks about, and the flowing rivers and all that. We want that. And we're getting and receiving that now, but we know when we go back to the high heavens, right, that it's going to be more better, more lasting, and we won't get evicted. The marshal's not coming to the door saying your time is up. You didn't pay the rent today. Death is the great equalizer. Rich, poor, I don't care what color you are, what tribe you from, how much you know, how much you don't know. Death is the great equalizer. So we got to tie in while we're down here so we can tie ourselves to a better place when we transition from here. And the difference and the blessings is that if we strive to do what it is the Creator wants us to do, and I'm not talking about being perfect, holy, roly, better than no. I'm talking about being real with yourself and acknowledging I got some stuff about myself I got to work through. I'm a work in progress, right? I'm building my soul. I don't always have it together. I thought I did, but when a situation happens, and that's where you know you still got more work to do. And now, when things happen and you're able to better process them, then that means you have gotten over that hump pertaining to that situation. But there's going to be some other situations coming. Everything is a preparation. We're being prepared. It's a constant preparation. So when something happens, inshallah, let's do our best to call on God. God, help me in this moment. I'm being overwhelmed, Lord. Help me. God says what? You call on me and I'll answer. But if you don't got that strong sense of certainty, you're not going to call on the Creator. You're going to feed into your knobs, your lower desires and your lower thinking. And then the fear going to set in. The worry's going to set in. Coulda, shoulda, and all that other stuff is going to set in. Because we're humans. Okay. 11. God be glorified, Lord of the universe. Let me get out the B, because I think we've been stung enough, right? Okay. And let me go to HUD, which is 11. Just bear with me, okay? Okay, 3, okay. Now, we in HUD, 3:37. 03. You shall seek your Lord's forgiveness. Then repent to Him. He will then bless you generously for a predetermined time. So God is saying that what He's going to give us while we are living is for a predetermined time. Predetermined means that God knows something about your life path, when it's going in, how it's going in, how it began, and what you want to deal with, what you want to go through. But guess what? It's not going to last forever. So we need to tell ourselves that when we are going through something or feeling some kind of way, we go to the Quran and we say, God says, He will then bless you generously for a predetermined period. So whatever we go through is just, in this earth, is just for a predetermined period. It's part of the test. If you're reading the book, you will know what the tests will be about. Now, when they happen, you may not know how to deal with them, because the panic may set in. But if you go to the book, if you go to those in the community who have knowledge and insight, because they may have been through what you've been through, then they can help you pull through and get through. And this is why we have community. Unity. We come together in unity to figure it out. Because if I cannot figure it out on my own, then I need to go to somebody that can help me figure it out. Right? Yes. Okay. Now, you should seek your Lord's forgiveness, then repent to Him. He will then bless you generously. That sounds good to me. Generously? Oh, man. For a predetermined period, and bestow His grace upon those who deserve it. If you turn away, and I fear for you the retribution of an awesome day. To God is your ultimate return, and He is omnipotent. Indeed, they hide their innermost thoughts. That's to keep Him from knowing them. In fact, as they cover themselves with their clothes, He knows all their secrets and declarations. He knows the innermost thoughts. So we should reflect on that God knows our innermost thoughts. And hopefully that will help us try to think better about ourselves, about life, about people, about everything. Regardless of what they're putting on the television, regardless of what we're seeing on social media. Because I'm going to tell you, sometimes I got to say, nah, I'm tired of seeing that. You know, because and I'm not saying I don't care. I care. It hurts me. It bothers me what's going on in this world. But guess what? Some things I cannot change, but I can change me. I can change me. And that's what I'm working on. Changing me. Getting the inner home together. So wherever I'm at, if I got to walk through a certain area and it may not be harmony and peace, I have to have that within myself. My inner home. So I can navigate safely out of the danger zone. I'm telling you. God be glorified, Lord of the universe and the multiverse. God be glorified. He's given us the Quran. He's given us the messages. He's given us the prophets. He's given us the warnings. He has sent a warner from amongst us. Yes. And He still provides for us. Right? Right? Food, clothing, and shelter. Right? It gets a little rough sometimes. Don't think it ain't. It's going to get a little rough. Right? That's part of the life path test, the process. Right? And we know it is. And if we don't know, now you know. The Quran tells us. But we believe in the Creator. We know that God is going to look out for us. Because our highest cry and call and plead is to the Creator. Tell yourself that. My highest cry and call and plead is to the Creator. Because I may call my family and folks, and they may not have time for me. They may not want to be bothered. They may not be there when I need them to be there because they deal with their own stuff. But when I call on God, God can deal with whatever it may be. Because God is what? Running everything, right? So we call on the Creator. We rely on the Creator. And the reason why we do that is because it builds our soul. It builds our soul. If you're not calling, you're not building. If you're not calling, you're not building. I'll say it again. If you're not calling on God alone, you are not building. If you're thinking other things are going to help you out the situation, you are not building your soul. You're not building your certainty. Yeah. We call, we cry, we plead. Ain't nothing wrong with crying. Hello? You can go to God and cry. Let them tears come out. You mess up, go to the Creator. You trying to figure it out, go to the Creator. You feeling happy and joyous and free in your situation, go to the Creator. Keep going to the Creator. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going.
That's right.
Keep going.
That's right.
Keep going. Tell yourself that. You feeling some kind of way? Keep going. You breathing? Keep going. Right? You seeing, hearing, feeling, walking, talking? Keep going. Got little aches and pains in your body? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Build your soul, build your certainty. And winding it down, and inshallah, ending it. I'm just finished reading from the Quran. I wrote some stuff down. I'm not even reading from that. I'm reading from the book. Literally, reading from the book. Okay. Okay, He knows the innermost thoughts. Right, we in HUD 11:5. Now, listen, there's not a creature on earth whose provision is not guaranteed by God. Guaranteed by God. Guaranteed. So in some dynamic, God is going to provide for you. It may not be, the big thing you might envision in your head. But when you look at the little bits of blessings that God allows us to receive, right? Go back to that. You are receiving provisions. You are. You're receiving provisions. There's not a creature on earth whose provision is not guaranteed by God, and He knows its course and its final destiny. All are recorded in a profound record. He is the one who created the earth, created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and His earthly domain was completely covered with water in order to test you, to distinguish those among you who work righteousness. Yet, when you say you will be resurrected after death, think about it, because I think about that a lot. I say, okay, resurrected after death. And I'm just going to share this with y'all, because see, I want hope from y'all. I want to give you hope. I want to be inspired from y'all, and I want to inspire y'all. Okay? That's what community life is about. We come together, we give each other hope and inspiration. Do we agree with that? Or we just coming here because it's Friday? Hope and inspiration. Because I don't know what you went through a couple of days ago. Right? And I may just need to hear something pertaining to a situation, or something from the Quran, or just something that I need to hear to get me out of that and put me in a better place and in a better space within my real home, literally. Okay, so let me just slowly end the sermon by finish reading this here. Okay, now, just give me a second. In order to test you, to distinguish those among you who work righteousness. Yet, when you say you will be resurrected after death, those who disbelieve will say this is clearly witchcraft. And if we delay the retribution they have incurred, or we reserve it for a specific community, they say, what is keeping him? In fact, once it comes to them, nothing can stop it. And their mocking will come back to haunt them. We ask the Creator to protect us from that, because we want to be serious about, what it is that we're doing and feeling and all of that. We really want to be serious about this. And if we feel some kind of way or whatever, we ask God to guide us back to His way, to clean us up, our thinking, everything, clean us up, When we bless the human being with mercy from us, then remove it, he turns despondent and unappreciative. I spoke about that earlier, right? How sometimes, we go through something and we become despondent and unappreciative. And God is saying the same thing that we mentioned earlier, right? God is telling us, don't do that. That's what God is saying. He's saying that, listen, when life shows up, God is telling us, when life shows up, don't turn despondent, right? And don't become unappreciative, because it's so easy for us to forget, right? When everything was rolling the way we wanted it to roll, we were happy and kikiing and all that, right? And then a little bump come and something come, and the visions may be not what they used to be, and all of a sudden we despondent, complaining, and unappreciative, right? When God tells us it's part of the test to see what? To see if you really, really real about what you say and what you read in this book. Do you really believe that the Creator can manifest and change some things in your life? Or is it just lip service, like how God said, right? Lip service. And I'm not condemning no one that's speaking, okay? Okay, now, just bear with me. Okay, here it is. So, whenever we bless the human being with mercy from us, then remove it, he turns despondent, unappreciative. Whenever we bless him, see? Whenever we bless him after adversity has afflicted him, he says, all adversity has gone away from me, he becomes excited and proud. So what we want to do from now on, right, because God God is telling us who we are, how we act, all that. God is pointing out some behaviors. That's what it is. God is pointing out some behavior. Not just kids, we talking about some grown folk behavior, right? Right? Because God is speaking to what? People who can think, right? And we're thinking. So God is telling us, right, that we should not do that. We should rely on God when things are going this way and when things are not going the way that we want them to go through, because it's only for a predetermined amount of time. It's not going to last forever if you got true faith in the Creator. It won't. It's look, and you'll be out of it. You will be out of it. So inshallah on that, let us make prayer.